The Legend of the Screen and Soft Power: How Sylvester Stallone Shaped America's Political Consciousness. In the mid-1970s, amid the harsh streets of New York, a 30-year-old man was battling extreme poverty. He could barely afford his daily food and was even forced to sell his beloved dog for a few dollars just to buy something to eat. He suffered from partial facial paralysis and a slight speech impediment from birth, defects that, in the eyes of Hollywood producers, made becoming a movie star an absolute impossibility. However, this young man, Sylvester Stallone, possessed nothing but a pen, paper, and an iron will. He sat in a dark room and wrote the script for Rocky in just 3 days. When studios offered him thousands of dollars to buy the script on the condition that he would not star in it, he firmly refused. He knew that this story was not merely a screenplay, but his only ticket to rewriting his own destiny. Stallone succeeded, and Rocky was released in 1976, crossing millions in box office revenues and winning 3 Academy Awards. Rocky Balboa was not just a boxer fighting inside the ring. He was the mythical embodiment of what is known as the American dream, the concept promoted by Washington to the world that any human being, regardless of their obscurity or poverty, can reach the top through hard work and perseverance. Here, Hollywood, and the political circles of influence behind it, realized that Stallone was not merely an action actor, but a rare cultural vessel capable of transmitting ideological messages and framing American identity in times of crisis. By the 1980s, the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union had reached its peak. The war was not just a nuclear arms race, it was a battle for the minds and hearts of millions around the world. In 1985, Stallone delivered his ultimate cultural knockout, Rocky IV. In this film, the geopolitical conflict was transformed entirely into an individual clash inside a closed ring. Rocky faced the robotic Soviet boxer, Ivan Drago, who personified the rigid, emotionless Eastern military machine. When Rocky triumphed in the heart of Moscow amid the applause of the Soviet crowd itself, it was not merely a victory in a sports match. It was a political statement symbolizing the victory of free individualism over the totalitarian system. Stallone's soft power did not stop at the boxing ring. Through the character of John Rambo, Stallone entered the most painful zone in American memory, the Vietnam War. In the first installment, Rambo embodied the psychological trauma and neglect suffered by veterans upon returning from the war. But in the subsequent parts, the series transformed into a tool for rewriting military history. Rambo was sent back to Asian jungles and Eurasian deserts to achieve the victories that official policy failed to secure, and to reclaim respect for the American power that had been wounded in Vietnam. Did Sylvester Stallone ever run for political office? The answer is no. Was he a member of parliament or a ruling party? Absolutely not. However, the concept of power in the modern world is not limited to legislation and official positions. It extends to the cinema of culture and soft dominance. Through his carefully crafted roles, Stallone was able to present the world with a model of the tough American character, defending freedom and refusing defeat. He was far more eloquent than dozens of politicians in delivering American political philosophy to billions of viewers across continents. Sylvester Stallone's journey proves that art and politics are two sides of the same coin. He rose from absolute poverty to shape the contours of an entire era, confirming that the fastest way to change the world is not only through shining speeches, but through the stories and legends told on the screen. And you? Do you see Stallone's films as mere cinematic entertainment? Or were they indeed a political weapon that managed conflicts with fists on the screen?